Good morning, good day. How are you doing? I hope it's a good day or it's a good evening. Since in Dubai, yes, it's a good evening indeed. um, yes. Do you know that your mental health issues start in the gut? I know a lot of people might say, well, anyway, today, yes, it's a mental health day. That's why we're going to speak about for the whole week. I'll be educating you. I'll be sharing with you about the mental health, how you can deal with it, how you can how it affects you. And the psychiatry industry now, they know now, they are doing a lot of, hey, Phil, how are you doing? I hope you're good, man. They are doing a lot of researches there of understanding the connection between the brain and the gut. And it's been the problem. We know when you start eating sugar, you start taking alcohol, you start taking all these carbs, they might hamper you in being able to process the chemicals that you need in order to be able to function properly. Like, look this way. I know your brain is here, but one thing you don't realize is that your brain receptors, they are connected in the stomach. All of us, our heart receptors, they are connected in the stomach. You know, your lungs receptors, they are connected where? In the stomach. Your eye receptors, they are connected in the stomach. Your your ears receptors, they are connected in the stomach. That's where the nutrients, they start happening. So now imagine if you're inflamed and you have pain in your stomach and you cannot digest all these nutrients you need. So how your brain is going to function more better and being able to do what the things you want. Or a worst scenario, let's do it like this. Imagine now you eat a lot of carbs and the wrong fats that you need, because your brain is made up 90% of fat and 10% of like water. All right. So imagine if now you take out 10% of your 90% in your brain. How would it function like? It's like taking my arm or both of my arm and expecting me to walk in or to do stuff. It's something like that. Sorry, I don't mean it like in a bad way. But I want to, give you a little bit of a loud bang so you can understand what I'm talking about. So your gut is the one is taking everything before it goes anywhere into your body. Your nutrients, your vitamins, your minerals, they start happening in the process in the gut. So the receptors, they are placed there. Your autoimmune is placed in your gut. Your serotonin, your dopamine, your epinephrine, all of these things, they start happening in your gut. They don't happen here. All right. So the gut. Have you heard somebody saying like, "Oh, I've got a feeling, I've got a gut in my stomach that you're not gonna be this guy. I don't trust him, or this girl I think is gonna do." That's where everything is happening in the gut. That feeling you start feeling in your stomach about things, about not feeling okay, or a shock. Look at the shock where it start, anxiety, stress, they start happening in the stomach, because that's where your chemical getting to be released. So if you know you are not eating healthy and you keep on having a lot of sugar and you keep on having a lot of alcohol and you keep on having a lot of pasta or bread, or worst scenario, a lot of wines, which they're good in polyphenols, especially red wines. But now imagine if you can have 3 to 5 glasses of wine. At the same time, if you have insulin resistance, it's a problem already, because you could see that on the diabetes side, we already have people who already struggling with depression, anxiety, panic attacks, palpitation because of insulin resistance. So now, imagine now you take somebody who does not have that insulin resistance and somebody who have already a cortisol problem. Cortisol is good. It's something that it helps you to be aware about your situation. If you start panicking, you release. If you start worrying about things, cortisol get to be released. If you start exercising, cortisol will start to be released at the same time. So some people, they might be training a lot because training or exercise is good for your mental health, but too much of it can cause a high cortisol in your body. Imagine if you're really stressed and you want to try and go to the gym and you spend hours and hours in the gym. You are not solving the problem. you are creating more problem. Khalid, good morning. Sabah al-khair, masal al-khair, salam alaikum, habibi. So you might create some of the things that they might cause you not to lose weight, because already you are highly stressed and you go and spend hours in the gym and your body have to release cortisol at the same time to deal with that. Because remember, when you train, is it a flight or a fight? So your body needs to release all these things, so that way it can counteract the inflammation in your body. That's why we wake up in the morning. We wake up because our cortisol is high. And people with sugar diabetes or diabetes, they might have the morning dawn. The morning dawn is where the sugar high is so high they don't know what's the problem. It's regarding the stress level, because if you're overweight, this is the issue you're going to face a lot of time. Find yourself having palpitation, anxiety, you feel moody, depressed, or you feel tired. So it's very, very important that you try to find doing activity that can help you to ease some. Like now I'm writing some of the stuff for my contents, which I hope you'll see in the next coming few days. But mostly I do it on Instagram accounts. But also here I'll share it hopefully in the next time, few days once I keep on doing it. So this is something to relate with your weight, because the blood circulation in your body as well is a problem. Because if there's a malnutrition deficiency and you keep on feeding your body with all these carbs, all this packeted stuff, and you are not sleeping, and the worst scenario, a lot of people who sometimes you might find they have mental health issues, they don't read books. Analytical thinking, conversations wise, vocabulary of word, things like initiating skills. You need to have them, because reading helps you to be analytical and also in cognitive of things, memorizing things, and be aware, alertness. And this is something I realized with myself, that the more I read is the more I'm self-aware of not just only myself, but my surroundings, how I behave, how I rationalize things, how do I feel about things, because they get to be processed in your head. And if you don't read or start eating healthy, there's so many ways. It's not exercise always will help you to elevate your stress or bring it down. There's other tools that you can use, like sleeping is one of the best way you can do or help yourself to recover from mental health. And that's why I remember when I was in UK, when I used to work in a mental health hospital, in NHI. Yeah, I used to work for NHI in a mental health. So I know and that's why I end up being able to help myself with all the problems I have when I was a child. I counsel myself when I was doing the course of mental health and psychiatry to understand how do I feel, how can I get better. All this trauma I've been through as a child, all the bullying, all these things, they've been building up in my system for many, many years. And how do I come out and start now building a frame or a place where now I can be able to heal myself. I can start forgiving myself. I can start forgiving other people. I can start letting go of things. I can start now looking at my life more in a happy picture. Because some people are still holding on things inside their body, inside their mind, and then that's why some people might find them have joint problems without, or arthritis, or a kind of relation of that, without even realizing, because they're holding so much of what happened a few years back, or some of the stuff happened back. And even in cancer, it's been proven that if you keep on holding a lot of stress, a lot of issues, they build up in your immune system. They lock themselves in. They start fighting, because your body is trying to run away from all these things you've been holding all your entire life. Let go of things. That's the best way I will tell you. Some of my clients, I realize I've coached them, and when I start coaching them, they start analyzing, identifying the problems they have or they struggle with in the business relating. I'm not a business coach, but I'm just pinpointing some of the things that they might not being able to overcome or look into. The minute they start letting go of those things, the weight comes down just like that. It drops down, because they've realized that the one that's been holding on is the one which has been stopping them to come forward and heal. So you might be where you are now and you find you're eating healthy, but still your mental health is aggravating and you don't know what's the problem. or you keep on exercising for 2 hours, you are causing more harm to yourself. Even if 1 hour is too much in the gym to exercise, especially age, it always matters. Where you are with your age, when you exercise for that kind of, and what type of exercise are you doing to help you to counteract the stress. Exercise is good, but it can be dangerous because you are releasing cortisol. You are releasing some chemicals, insulin as well, where it can build the muscles and controlling in weight loss. But if you have too much insulin getting to be released and you have too much cortisol, they are going to create a problem for you. So now, how do you deal with this? I would suggest for you, if you know you've been trying to lose a lot of weight and you don't know how, is to try to eat a lot of greens and add, like, you see, like half of my palm, like, I don't know, my fingers. Add a little bit of protein. Just remove a protein a bit, but not all of it. Just add a bit of it and add a lot of greens, fruits. Let it be at least 5 to 10 cups of fruits a day and eat maybe around 150 of protein a day. It will help you to start now releasing, especially from your liver, to start detoxing, because your liver, if it's holding on, it does not release all the enzymes, all the waste material that should be in your liver. You might have a problem, not just only from the gut itself, but the brain itself, because there's some certain enzyme that they need to be released from your liver that can help in other elements of your body. So now, I suggest for you to get a lot of sleep, but also the place where you're going to sleep. Avoid the gadgets as well. The gadgets are not going to help you to solve the problem you have. So I say avoid the gadgets, walk away from the gadgets, start reading book before you go to bed. 30 minutes, 1 hour, have a nice book, read it, get inside, your mind. I promise you're going to sleep peacefully. And make sure that your room is a little bit temperature is low, because in order for you to have a good quality sleep, you need to drop two numbers. If maybe your body temperature is 36, so you need to be on 34 or 34.5 or 35.89, something like that. So that's when you're going to have a good sleep. Make sure that also your room is dark if you are going to sleep. Other thing I could think of, when you read your books, the books you're going to read, please avoid reading books that they're gonna start giving you a lot of stress, where you have to imagine things, love novels, whatever. Sometimes they might be heartbreaking, especially if you've been through a lot of stress or heartbroken, and you still read about the book that talk about love and brokenness and cry. You don't need that in going to bed. You need something that can cheer you up, that can bring laughter in your soul, that can make you better, feel more energized and feel alive. So you go to bed with a smile and you sleep nicely. So I suggest that. So I hope all these things I have highlighted, they will help you. But this week I'll be sharing a lot of tacticals or maybe ways of how can you help yourself to better your mental health, because it's going to be very, very important for you to be able to build a good quality health, not based on the exercise, but based on your action of how do you sleep, how do you meditate, and the food that you're going to eat as well. They are very, very important, especially because the mind problem like tryptophan, you look at 5-HTP, you look at trison, you look at magnesium, you look at potassium. I can name a lot of stuff, but you need to know how to use those things. But I'm not going to go there, but I was highlighting things that I think they can help you from the word go. So increase your vegetable intake to help you with some of the minerals and vitamins that you need. And try as much as you can to do the breathing exercise. They are more powerful compared to try to run and do this, because lack of oxygen in the brain can create so many complications. Tumor in the brain can create, seizure, fits, all these things, blood clot in the brain. It can be created with lack of oxygen, lack of blood circulation. So you can do these things of breathing and start breathing. And once you start breathing, you should be able to function much better and get the best results of feeding your brain with oxygen and and the blood. That's why you see a lot of people who arrive in hospital in ER. The first thing they do, if they feel like they're agitated, they will try to put the mask, because they know the brain can get to be damaged. So you as well, if you're not breathing properly or your brain is not getting enough oxygen, you might have a problem of a loss of memory and anxiety and whatever, because there's not good blood circulation in the body or in your brain. So make sure that you start breathing, take a deep breath, make sure it's your stomach, you breathe through your stomach so you can get the best out of it. So I hope this video have hit home. If you think this video have touched some of the bases you think, I suggest you share it with other people who can benefit from it. So my name is Mabina Daniel, your holistic health and wellness coach. Thank you very much for always following my video. Please comment, like, share the video. It will be useful if you can do that for me. And thank you very much, and you take care, and see you soon. Bless you. Bye.